All righty, everyone. This is Lynn Hamilton, your lead instructor at Samson Properties. In today's session of Master Your Marketing, we're going to take a look at how to best market to your database and using the newsletter, blogs, and other tools that we have. And then I want to hear from you what you may have used in the past or what you're currently using that has turned out to be a good thing. So that is what our topic of discussion is today. So let's go. So in earlier session today was the value of your database. And if you missed it, I just downloaded it, put it on YouTube. I'm going to throw it on my channel here before I leave the office this afternoon. So if you need to go back and listen to that, it's about 45 minutes. And it's a support of and spin-off of why Jumpstart Session 3 is so valuable and the value that is in your database. So now that we got that part out of the way, let's talk about marketing to your database. Now, it has always been said for 100 years that I know of that we need to stay in constant, gentle touch, a little tap to those that are in our SOI. And we see the same mistakes over and over and over and over and over again. Agents are afraid. They don't know what to say. They don't want to come across as annoying. And so they don't do anything. Gang, this is why we brought to you the platform that we brought to you here at Samson, because we're going to give you what doesn't work and why. That was some of them. And we're going to tell you what does work and why. That is the difference in training versus education. I can train my dog to sit. Now, I've even trained the neighbor dog. So if I go out there to go see Maverick, which is a big Labradoodle, and I've got my hand like this, he knows to sit because I got a cookie in my hand for him. My dogs will do the same thing. That is training. Yeah, I kind of want to train you a little bit, but more important, I want to educate you. I want you to understand the why. Why X works, why X doesn't work. I want you to understand, if you will, the back end of it, science and the logic of what works and what doesn't. We want to bring to you in a methodical platform. I've only been working on this for, 2 years here at Samson and probably 10 years prior to that, is putting all this training that is available together in order for you. I'm tired, and I know Kevin is as well, of seeing agents running around like a chicken with their head cut off. All the brokerages promote all the fact that they've got this fabulous training available. And most agents come in and don't know where to start because they run to this class because somebody said, well, this is a good place to go. And then they run to another class because somebody said that's a good place to go, but they don't understand how it connects together. Gang, when training and education is done correctly, in my opinion, it all links together. It is not a single piece, does not make a puzzle. It all has to come together to support one another and leverage. You'll hear me use the term leverage because leverage means you are taking one thing and using it multiple times or in multiple ways. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. You don't need to have three things. One, leverage it across the board. So that's where we're coming at you with all of this. So that being said, I'm hoping at this point that you have already somewhat organized your database. You know how many A's you have in there. You know how many B's, how many C's, how many D's, how many service providers, how many transaction partners, and how many other agents you have in your database. We're going to break it down in today's talk about how to and what to market to your A's, what needs to go to the B's, what should go to the C's and the D's. So, sound like a plan? Give me a thumbs up. Let me know you're good to go. Sound like everybody's liking that? All right, good. All right, so Your A's, just for reference, are either clients or past clients, or someone that has actually given you a referral. That's an A. And obviously, you want to take really good care of your A's. Your B category are those that you know them, they know you, you like them, they like you. And when the time comes, you're pretty sure they're going to use you for real estate, whatever it is, to buy or to sell. That's your B's. You want to take really good care of them because that's where your future business can come from. Your C's are those that you're going, I think I remember them. I don't know what they look like. I wouldn't know them if I tripped over them. And yeah, I don't know. Well, if you don't know, they certainly don't remember you. Those are your C's. Those that you label as a D, you look at them and go, or you look at their name and you go, I have no clue who they are. I don't remember where they came from. I don't remember where I met them. I wouldn't remember them if I ran over them. Don't run over them. Have no clue. But I got their name from somewhere. They've been in my database for, I don't know, however many long. That is the equivalent of a mailing list. And there is a different strategy for that group as well. We good? Okay. Start with your A's. Here at Samson, you know that what does not work, if you've listened to any of my training at all, you know that going to your SOI or anybody that you know and going, so when you're ready to buy or sell, you ready to buy or sell yet? I'm desperate. I'm needing a paycheck. You want to buy or sell? I could really use the business right now. We know that that doesn't work. We know that asking, so who do you know that's ready to buy or sell? We know that really doesn't work either. We know what is even worse than that is to go, so who do you know that's thinking about buying or selling? This is where neurolinguistic comes in a little bit. You just ask them a question their brain cannot process. Because unless they're psychic or psycho, and you've heard me say that before, they don't know what people are thinking. So you just ask them a stupid question that cannot be processed. And you get the deer in the headlights, blank stare. Okay. So what does work? What does work is having the mission statement, which is why we bring it to you in Jumpstart Session 1, which is why we encourage everyone to take Jumpstart Session 1, why we encourage everyone to go back and refresh and take Jumpstart. Because when you, and I give it to you in the first few minutes of it on a silver platter, if your mission is to help your consumer, your SOI, your people that you know, if your mission is to help them protect and maintain the value of their greatest asset, which is their home, you now have a floodgate that has opened up for communication with them without bugging them. There's the drawing line. That is why we bring that to you. It is the best one by far. Most of the other ones are useless and stupid. They give you no leverage, and it certainly doesn't give you any talking points or communication ability. So when you go back to what is your job is to help them maintain and protect the value of their greatest asset, which is their home. Your job is to be there when they are ready, be top of mind. And your job is to help them understand how the business of real estate now works. There you got it. There's your job. It starts with marketing. So to your A's, those are the ones that you want to make sure, again, if they're a past client, my question to you is, and if you don't have this, I would actually go to your calendar right now while we're chatting and block off an hour or at least 45 minutes to make sure that your database is labeled or that you've gone back. Also, if you need to block off a block of time to listen to Jumpstart session 3 or the session we just did earlier today, there you go. When you look at your A's or your past clients, do you know when they closed their transaction? Do you know what month it was? Do you have it on an Excel list? Do you have it in the database? Do you have it on 3x5 file cards? Again, I don't care what platform you're using. You just need to have something. And if you are going to go, I am not tech savvy at all. I don't want to deal with Bull Trails. I don't want to deal with Lofty. I don't want to deal with any of that right now. Right now, can I use my Gmail account? Yes, you can. And you can add your folders in there as well and categorize them just like anything else. So I've identified your A's, your past clients, and you know what month their transaction has closed. You go into your calendar when you block off your time later, go into your calendar. Let's say they closed in February of 2021. February 1st, you will set a annual update for John and Mary Jones, and you will set it to repeat annually. That goes on your calendar. So when you see that, you know, oh, okay, this is the month that I need to do a market snapshot, a market analysis for them. Send them an anniversary card of their home. Can't believe it's been 4 years since you've been in the home. I'm just checking, does the home still meet your needs? And here's a quick snapshot of the equity that may have accrued over the last couple of years. Remember, when the home no longer meets your needs, I'll be there for you. That's all you need. Just make sure that that gentle little is going out. Now, that's just one. Another thing that you should be doing on a monthly basis is the newsletter. Now, for those that may not know, because I see we got some new faces, Samson has provided you 2 platforms for a newsletter. There is the fabulous 4-page. It does need to be mailed out. It can be done from the print center. It is going to cost money to mail it out. Knowing that, and knowing that we had a lot of agents with a very, very tight budget, because the last couple of years have been a little tight in the real estate world, I wanted to make sure that we were not financially harming all of our agents, but we had a free version available for you. So I teamed up with Heather in our marketing department, because I had been sharing a third-party home warranty vendor to get one from, which I still love theirs, but we created one right here in Samson for you. So who knows that you have the 2-page grab and go newsletter available? Give me a thumbs up if you do know. Hold it up there, because I'm going to scan through to see whatever is telling me, or a thumbs down if you did not know that there's even one available. Thumbs up or thumbs down? I'm not seeing everybody's thumb up or thumb down. I see a lot of thumbs up. I see a couple of thumbs down. Okay. All right. So for those that do know, good for you. For those that don't, let me give you a couple of quick tip of where to find it. And this is a reminder for everybody else. You will go into your Cardinal Nest. Cardinal Nest. You will go into the black menu bar that's on the left-hand side. You can click either on library or resources. It doesn't matter. It takes you into the same pocket.
Are you showing that screen?
Huh?
Are you showing that on your screen? Because I can't see your screen.
No, I'm just walking you through it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
Once you get to your resources, on the right-hand side, there is a search bar that says search by keyword. Doesn't get any simpler than that. All you have to do is type in news. You don't even need to type in newsletter. Type in news, and it's going to pop up with the pop by 2-page, click and go newsletter. Boom, there it is. So when you click on that, You're going to go, ooh, look. Oh my God, we've had this available to us since October of last year. And, or actually, be October 23, 24, yeah, whenever. Yeah. So we've got a whole bunch of them in there. But you're going to look at me and go, Lynn, I don't know what to do. Scroll down, scroll down. You will find I'm going to say an index, if you will. And the first thing in there is instructions on how to create. You'll click the download, and we have given you screenshot by screenshot, step by step instructions as to how to download the newsletter, which fields you need to update. Please take my picture and my information off of it. It walks you through every single step with a screenshot for each one. So print out the how-to instructions and then roll back in and pull one. Once you do it the first time, you're going to go, wow, that wasn't too bad. When you save it, again, in the instructions, we ask you to save it as a PDF, which is a Word document, or yeah, text document. And we suggest you save it as a JPEG. That means it's a photo. The JPEG or the photo will allow you to embed into an email, the picture of the newsletter. If it's a PDF, you need to attach it to the email. So there's the difference. Embedded in, JPEG, attach, PDF. There it is right there, handed to you on a silver platter. So here I'm going to ask you again, go to your calendar or jot down on the side. If you have never pulled that puppy up, I'm going to ask you to block off 20 minutes on your calendar to retrieve the newsletter, follow the instructions, and be prepared to be wowed. You're going to go, dang, that was easy. Why did I procrastinate? Why did I think it was going to be difficult? Because guess what? You now got it mastered. Okay. Leverage the newsletter. I would rather have most of you give out a newsletter than your business card any day of the week. You know, I lovingly say that most of your business cards are gum worthy. I need something in my purse to stick my gum in when I'm done with my gum. All right. The newsletter will actually stay in a person's hand in front of them for longer than the business card will. So that is why I say I'd rather have you hand out a newsletter than a business card any day of the week. I would also encourage you, leverage the newsletter. Have 1 or 2 copies with you in your car, in your briefcase, in your purse, whatever. If you go to a restaurant or you go someplace and you're face to face with another human being, give them the newsletter. Oftentimes when you go to restaurants or places, there will be a community bulletin board. Put the newsletter or a couple of the newsletters on the bulletin board. What I used to always do is I'd have 5 to 10 printed out. I also had these little binder clips and push pins. I would stick my newsletters in my binder clips, and then I would stick, obviously, the push pin into the cork board, and there would be hanging my newsletters. Now, the fun part of that is the one that pops to mind down in my area is Dairy Queen. It's also connected with a gas station or little, food stops. A lot of times people are stopping in. Again, and locals as well, right off the 95. There is a bulletin board there. And when you put one up, that means, oh, you need to make a note of where you have left your newsletters at. And gosh darn, you need to go back at least once a month and replace them. Okay. it is worth walking over to the counter or the if it's a little gas station store thing, buy yourself a bottle of water or soda, whatever, and accidentally hand one over or give one to the cashier. Because guess what? They work and they live somewhere. So don't ever overlook that as well. They may be the owner and you don't realize it. So leverage the newsletter. Within the newsletter are 4 articles. We have designed it that way to be quick reads. We have designed it to have one of the articles or 1 or 2 of the articles have the ability to tie in a pop by gift, a, you know, just a handing over a little gift with the newsletter. So when you open up the template for the newsletter on the first page, it gives you the suggestion of the item that goes with the article in the newsletter. Let's say, for example, one of them was the benefits of journaling. You could go to Five Below or wherever, and dollar store, Dollar Tree, Family Dollar, any of those, pick yourself up, let's say 5 of the journals, and either put a pen or a pencil with it. And guys, if you don't want to put a ribbon on it, put a bungee cord on it. Because you can get the inexpensive packs of the bungee cords at the Dollar Tree, and they fit right around a little journal. Add your newsletter on there. And when you have a chance to either thank the cashier at the coffee shop, or you know, a little something to someone, or you're out intentionally meeting your sphere, there's your little thank you gift. So there's the pop by, the thank you gift, the newsletter, the article, it's all connected. Again, these puzzle pieces do not stand alone. They are designed to all work together and complete that picture, that puzzle for you. So that's what we've done there in the newsletter. Let me pause here for a second. Pop in or raise your hand or in the chat box. Have you used the newsletter in a creative way that you want to share? While you are doing that, I will share one other quick story with you of how an agent years ago that I trained leveraged and utilized the newsletter, and it was a hoot. She took them and they're, you know, of course, tri-folded, and then she folded it in half again. She went to the bookstore and the library, and now she didn't ask. Somebody asked me, well, did she ask the librarian? No, she didn't ask. She just did it. You either get permission or forgiveness. She was going for forgiveness. She went to the books of For Sale by Owner for Dummies, or any of the other, you know, I can do it myself type books in real estate. About 5 pages in is where she slid her newsletter and left them. She's thinking, we had a good giggle over it. And then it was like, okay, well, let's see if you ever get a phone call on it. Well, lo and behold, one day she did get a call, and the guy said, hey, I bought the book for, you know, For Sale by Owners for Dummies, thinking I was going to do this myself because, you know, I figured I was smarter than the average bear. And with that, about 5 pages in, I'm thinking, what the hell? And here pops out your newsletter. I figured if you were that creative, I needed to meet you, potentially hire you to market and sell my house. Because I realized quickly there was more to it than I thought. And if you were that creative, that's who I wanted to work with. So yes, she picked up that listing. And if I remember correctly, it was in the 700,000 to 800,000 price range. Not shabby. Again, it's legal, it's moral, it's ethical, it's funny. She thought outside the box, and it did pay off. Now, does it pay off? Yeah, it pays off. To pay off every time? No. Nothing works every time. But when it did, and it does, it is worth its weight in gold. The big mistake that agents often make is, oh, I did it once or I did it twice. or I did it a couple of times and I didn't get anything back from it. Here's the takeaway. Marketing 101. Your job is to let a larger pool of people know that you're in business. Your job is to let it be known that you are there. So when the day comes that their home no longer meets their needs, you hopefully are top of mind, just like McDonald's. They still advertise after all these years. The problem with agents is they have no plan of where they think their business is going to come from. They hope that it drops from the sky. The last time a house fell from the sky in The Wizard of Oz, we all know how that ended. So you better and you need to have a plan for your business. Even if this is a hobby to you and you're only doing 2 or 3 transactions a year, I don't care. You still need to have a plan as to where your business is going to probably come from. Because if not, it ain't going to happen. So big mistake agents make. The tools that we have, again, are designed for leverage. And there's some basic information on the newsletter. So let me check and see if any of you dropped comments in the chat box about how you may have used the newsletter in a creative way. Now, let me throw one more bonus out for you. If you've gone through Jumpstart Session 1, you know now how to create a QR code using QR Code Monkey. The reason I personally like QR Code Monkey is because A, it's free. B, you can color code it. You can color gradiate it. You can add a photo in the middle of it. And that QR code will go directly to your website. Now, I would have the QR code go directly to your blog on your website. I would have it go directly to testimonials. I would use the link for the testimonials in your buyer and your seller consultation. I would use the QR code that you've created for your blog and add it into the newsletter. It can be done. It is easy. And this non-techie person knows how to do it. So if you have not gone through one, you don't know about QR Code Monkey, you don't know about the pieces of the puzzle that we need to have in place. And that's why we map it out. Now, if you are fairly new and want the newest version of Jumpstart Sessions 1 and 2 and the raw footage link to it, I will get it for you. So just email me, ask me for updated Jumpstart. I'll send you 1 and 2. And then again, the raw link. We recorded it. The first couple of minutes is all the chit chat and whatever is getting ready. And then the team in Chantilly are working on editing it and grouping it. So it'll be ready to go into Samson University. But as of today, which is January 30th, if you need it, email me and I will send it over to you. Okay, so there you go. So that is where the QR code leverages into your blog, leverages into your newsletter, and boom, there you have it. Okay, let's talk about the blog a little bit. On the website that you all have through Bold Trails, it is basically your first name, last name, dot samsonproperties.net. That's the generic one you get. You get the full website. If you are new here to Samson, you want to make sure you got it activated. And then if you need to have it customize it a little bit, which we recommend you do, there are some easy things. If you don't know who to turn to, you can either go to the help desk at samsonproperties.net and say, who can help me with my Bold Trails website? It'll forward over to Will or to whoever else is on the team, and you'll get contacted and they'll do a Zoom if they need to walk you through doing it. Okay. Again, 20 minutes is all you need to customize it. If you have not logged in to your Bold Trails /KV Core in over 90 days, your account goes to sleep. If your account is asleep and you cannot get into Bold Trails / KV Core, email me. I can go in and wake it up for you. All right. I can do that. It takes 2 seconds. When you're looking at your website, you've got your drop down boxes. Those are the generic platform. And then you look at my website and go, wait a minute, she's got more tabs on. That's because I've added them. You have the ability to add 2 or 3 custom tabs to your free website. Now, I say it's free. Who pays for that website for you? Who pays for Bold Trails? Don't tell me Samson. Cardinal Nest or Cardinal Title does. Cardinal is the money machine. Cardinal is the gas, the oil, the engine, the tires, the air in the tires of the car of Samson Properties. Samson is nothing more than the shell, everything, the tools, the bells, the whistles, everything you've got, including me, is courtesy of Cardinal Title. This is why we are always encouraging our agents to use Cardinal Title as often as they can. We get it. You may have a relationship with another title company because I've used them for 100 years. Okay. But you're with Samson now. And what we would ask is that you allow Cardinal Title to earn and keep your business moving forward. Use them as often as possible. They're the ones that are paying for the training, all the offices, the copy machines. When you get to go to the office and run 10 copies of your newsletter, it's all courtesy of Cardinal. Because my time, the marketing departments, the copy machines, all of that is all courtesy of Cardinal. That is why we ask you to always use Cardinal whenever the opportunity allows you to do. Okay. And if you've not used them before, use them the next time. Negotiate that and get them in there. Let them show you what they can do because you will be impressed. Okay. Again, they're supporting you. We would ask and would hope that you would support them as well. All right. So when you look at your website that is part of Bold Trails, and you're looking at your site, you will not see the drop-down box that says blog. When you go to my site, you'll see it. And you're going, well, where's mine at? You've not woken yours up or have activated it. So on my website, which is lynnhamilton.samsonproperties.net, I've added a tab that says Agent Resource Center. When you click or hold the mouse over that, it's going to give you a drop-down box. Listen and Learn is one of them. That's where these recordings get posted. But the how-to instructions is another tab. You'll be surprised at what you will find on there as well. Okay. I see someone, yeah, I need you to email me because I'm not going to remember to email you back. So if you need something from me, email me directly and tell me what you need. All right. Thank you. All right. So your blog and your newsletter can kind of go hand in hand. We talk about marketing to your database and those gentle little doot, doot, doot. I'm here. And then question whether or not you are using the blog. When you think of the newsletter is communication out. That's the newsletter. The blog is hopefully generating communication back and forth. So when you post a blog, what I want you to do is to think, what question can I ask to hopefully engage an answer and get them to respond back? The more you have that engagement and those comments back, the more your website is active and the higher on the Google search engine optimization yours will eventually become. So that's why we encourage that. Now, if you're sitting there going, Lynn, I have no idea how to do a blog post, not a problem. On my website, agent resource, how to, well, a couple of things in there is how to, activate, how to create your QR code, how to do all this other stuff. So we want to make sure that we've given you everything you need. And if you find something that you can't find, let me know. And if by fluke we haven't done it, I will create it and get it out to you and then post it for everybody else as well. All right. On the blog, what Heather and I have done is we have created in Cardinal Nest under resources, just like you went in and put news and you got the newsletters. If you put blog in there, we have a library of over 30 blog posts that are ready to go. It's just a matter of grab, click, transfer it over, drop it in on your page, boom, you're done. We have instructions. We can give you instructions. We can walk you through. Will can walk you through. We've got you. We just want you to know that we got your back. It does. And once you do it once, you go, oh, well, shoot, that's easy. Yeah, it really is. So don't let it scare you. So we've already got 30 blog posts available for you. What I want you to do again on at least every other one is, what question can I ask that will engage my consumers? And then that is where you leverage it and make sure that you have a QR code that goes to your blog. You have a link built into your email signature that says, click here to enjoy my blog posts. And it takes you right to your website. If you do not know how to do that, I think I have instructions on it. And if not, email me. I'll make sure I get them to you or walk you through it, one of the two, depending on my schedule. So it should be on your email signature. It should be in your newsletter via a QR code. You can post it on social media. Your possibilities are endless because, again, it is one thing we've created for you, and now we're just leveraging it. Okay. Do not, please do not, until you are ready. And at that point, you should not be taking your own time to write newsletters. You should not be taking your own time to write blog posts. Right now, the best use of your time is to use the grab and go, learn how to use them, and then go get in front of for a coffee, a soda, whatever, and give them the newsletter and have a conversation. Chanel, I see you got your hand up. What's up, ma'am?
So how many, when we're doing the QR codes and you have QR codes for different things like, seller tips, buyer tips, your blog, should we have different QR codes for all that, or should we have one QR code that goes where you can get any of that information?
Either or. Now, what I like to do is, if you're going to send them with either QR code or to your website, you want to be very specific as to where the QR code is going to take them and for what. Do not ever just say, click here to go to my website, because they ain't going to click. Scan my QR code. I ain't scanning no QR code unless I know where it's taken me and for what. So that is where the scan the QR code to go enjoy my weekly blog posts. Now I know where I'm going. I'm going to your website for blog posts. I'm good. I'll do it. When it comes to, now, once they get to your website, hopefully they'll start checking around at what other things are available that's on there. You want to be careful if you are going to have QR codes, use them wisely. Case in point, let's say newsletter, I would attach the QR code to the blog. That would be my preference. If you are doing a free report that you're going to mail out or mail out a postcard of free, 5 tips of mistakes that first-time homebuyers make, whatever it is. And we've got a bunch of those already for you, by the way. Not only the report, but the postcards. I would do a QR code that is connected to that topic to take them to your website, to the custom page you've added on for other free reports for first-time homebuyers or sellers or whatever it is. You see where we're keeping similar to similar. So if you're promoting to rent versus buy, first-time homebuyer tips, first-time homebuyer mistakes, I would have that QR code on that material to take them to the website with that information. Okay. Now, once you get it set up, it's real easy to keep it going. But it will take, I'm going to say, block off 45 minutes to go into and pull the free reports out. Oh, I didn't know we had these. Oh, look, we do. Resources in Cardinal Nest, type in free reports. There's the library. There's about 9 or 10 or 11 of them in there now. So whatever category you're talking about, and say, okay, can I put this on my website? Do I know how to do that? If not, I can get help to do that. Once I've got it on my website, let's create a QR code that goes to that page. There you go. Okay, you see how we're putting some pieces of the puzzle together? So in the eyes of the consumer, you got this. But gang, it is not that difficult to do. Trust me. I am the non-techie one, and I figured out how to do it on my own. And then I went, well, dang, if I can do it, I can teach you how to do it. So you see how we're connecting the dots specifically? So now let's see, you're writing and thinking. Okay, we good? Okay, all right. Hopefully that makes sense to you as well. That is the power of leverage. That is the power of using the tools that we already have for you. In resources, news, got the newsletter. You got 12, 13, 14, 15 issues. Kick back one night, drink in hand, fuzzy slippers on. I don't care. Shoes are optional. Download all those babies, save them as a PDF and as a JPEG. You got them. Then you can see, okay. And if you notice on the newsletters, we intentionally did not put a month on the newsletter. If you want to add it, you can. You can have it seasonal. But we left a month off intentionally so that you've got more leverage of time frame with that particular one to use it. Okay. You think, oh my God, I need postcards. Cardinal Nest, resources, search box, postcards. You're going to find them. You want free reports? Type in the search box, free reports. They'll pop up. You need geofarming for renters. It's in there as well. If there is something that you are specializing in that is not there, you let me know. Because I still have a list that I'm working with Heather and the marketing team to add stuff to it all the time. It is not done, but we've got it started for you. Do not reinvent the wheel. Okay. Use what we've got, leverage it, run with it, get face to face with people. That is where your biggest payoff will always be, is face to face. So let me get back on track with marketing to your database. Your A's are your annual reports or your CMA, market snapshot, the newsletter, the blog. Let's say you're looking at your database and you're going, okay, what do I do with my B's? What are the ones that are the B's? The bees would get, in my opinion, every month the newsletter. They know what your mission statement is. And so on the 15th of the month, you would either email out or post on your website blog a home maintenance tip. Remember, your mission is to help them protect and maintain the value of your greatest asset, which is their home. There's the perfect opportunity for that. But you say, Lynn, but wait a minute, they're renters. That's okay. There's still maintenance tips for renters because they still have money on the line. They have a safety or cleaning deposit. Help them with tips to maintain that rental, because then they'll be a stronger and a better buyer when that time comes. Okay. So that would be your B's. On your B's, I would take a look at who you need to go see, who's your top 10 that you need to go see for coffee, and who are the, I don't know, pick a number, 5 or 10 a week that you want to do a basic market snapshot with. The more you do them, the better you get. You can do them through RPR. I don't care. You can do them through Bull Trails. I don't care. You can do them from Bright MLS and bring up their zip code of, what's active, pending, and sold. Just send them those stats. I don't care. You're sending them something to let you know that you are aware of the market is doing. Those are your B's. Those are the ones you want to have the coffee with, the touch points with, the pop buys with every once in a while. But again, you pick out of your B category, who are your top 10? Focus on those first. Your C category, you're going, I'm not sure if I even remember them. You know what? It is okay to send an email to them if you have their email address that says, hey, let me apologize. In the subject line, if you put, I owe you an apology, they actually, if you have apology or thank you in the subject line, apparently the open rate is much higher. I owe you an apology. I know I met you several months ago. Don't tell them you can't remember when or where, but I just wanted to reach out, let you know I'm still in the real estate world. Just something basic, couple sentences. Are you interested in seeing my monthly newsletter? I can email it or I can snail mail it. Which do you prefer? Ask them a question. Stir that pot. Again, it's costing you nothing. There's no money out of pocket on that one. That's how you start gently nurturing your C's. And you know what, gang? If half of them tell you to jump off a bridge, they don't want to hear from you again, woohoo! Delete those suckers out and clean the house. Because we don't keep shoes that have broken heels on them. We don't keep shoes that have a hole in them. We don't keep a purse that's the strap has bopped off or the zipper has broken on. Guys, it goes for you too. You've got stuff that is not useful anymore. Get rid of it. Do the same thing to your database. Gang, Jim Rohn, God love him and rest his soul. He taught me that 100 years ago, and it was one of the best takeaway lessons I ever learned. It is okay to spring clean, and that includes your database. All right. Well, you're jotting that one down and taking a note. I'm going to tell you the funny story that went with that. Jim was talking to us. I was privileged to go to a workshop that he was teaching at. It was a long time ago. Amazing man. If you don't know Jim Rohn, look him up on YouTube. He has obviously passed away by now, but he was the early day of motivational speakers, the Tony Robbins of the early days. He has this cadence to his voice that is just captivating. So he was going through this example with us about cleaning out our database. And he said, we don't, he goes, and most of us were women in there because it was a primarily women company. And he says, gang, I'm married, so I know this one. When you occasionally go in and clean out the closet, you clean out stuff that doesn't work, doesn't fit, whatever, you get rid of it. He says, you occasionally have the house spring cleaned. You occasionally have the car serviced, maintained, detailed out everything. He says, I get it. He says, and y'all go in sometimes for a complete makeover, hair, nails, makeup, the whole bit, new lipstick, the whole bit. He says, when my wife is on a roll and she hits the closet, I know my next step is to call the credit card company and up my limit because she has cleaned out all the dead weight out of her closet and she thinks it's time to fill it up again. I loved his story and how he told that, but it's true. We need to spring clean that database every once in a while. And if they say not interested, delete, you know what? You delete. You get them out of there because that allows you to know who your working pool is. You're not going to go fishing in a pool that's got all dead fish in it. I'm just saying. You want to know who's in there swimming and who's doing fine. That's what you want. So it's okay to clean house, clean out those dead contacts in there. And the D's, the same thing. If you got an email on them, shoot them an email that says, hey, I know it's been a while since we've connected. Were you serious at any point about considering buying or selling in the next 6 months to a year? If so, let me know. I've got some information that may be valuable to help get you prepared. If you are absolutely no longer interested and want me to go jump off a cliff, tell me to remove. I'll remove you out of my database. Have some fun with it. Say something silly and stupid that they're going to read and laugh and get their attention. It's okay. It's okay to ask them that. Find out who wants to stay on board and who wants to go away. It then allows you to see who your strong potentials are and who you can better serve and work with. Okay. So that would be my recommendations of handling and who gets what of your A's, who gets what for your B's, who gets what for the C, and who gets what message for the D's. Come around and ask them. Do you want to hear from me again or do you want me to leave you alone? It's okay. It's okay. And if they say, you know what, that was funny. Yeah, just, stick with me for a while. Then they got a sense of humor too. But it's okay. All right. All right. That walks us through marketing to your database, your A's, your B's, your C's, your D's, leveraging and using the newsletter, the blog, and other key tools that we have available for you, all from free reports to postcards, you name it, we probably got it for you. And if not, we can create it for you. All right. So as we wind down and get ready to shut the recorder off, I want to know, what was your aha? What was your takeaway from this session? Either raise your hand or drop it into the chat box for me. I'll take a peek at them. I'm going to come pick on Kevin real quick. Kevin, what was your aha from this one?
I knew you were going to do that. And again, I've got Joel Carlson in my other ear, and I got all these things. So, I love what you do because you call it jumpstart and you minimize it, but really the fact is that you've given everybody a 2-year jump on their careers. They would take them forever to learn this stuff, and you give it to them all up front. So I think it's like one of the most valuable trainings you ever do. And me personally, I don't care what you do. Well, obviously, Lynn, you're light years ahead of everybody, but just do something, right? So yeah, I did not know about the 2-page newsletter, which I thought, well, that is really cool. I did not know about that. And Samson, I'm gonna bash Samson for a second. They have so much cool stuff that they give you for free. We forget to tell you where it is. Yeah. This is, CAR does it, all these people do that. So absolutely, thank you, Lynn. That's my aha, was the 2-page newsletter.
Excellent. Well, now you know where to get it and how to get it. And if you need help, let me know. So other ahas that are is cleaning out your database. Yes.
Hey,
You know,
Lynn,
there's only so much
this is
that'll fit in your closet. Lisa, go ahead.
right.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Lisa DiCarlo. I have to agree with you. I've always done Buffini for the last 20 years, or not 20, but I've been in business that long.
Uh-huh.
And last year I got rid of all the junk in my database. And I pared my database down from like almost 600 to just under 300. And because I was focused on the real stuff, I ended up selling in excess of 20 million last year, where I was always averaging between 10 and 14. So it's doing that kind of up my game, and I'm hoping it'll do it again this year too. But it makes a difference.
Absolutely. Lisa, congratulations, first off. That is awesome. And yes, I mean, when you purge and clean house, and I'm, oftentimes at the beginning of the year, we're all on this mission to get rid of all the, the stuff that's not using your database. Again, I remember Jim Rohn telling, if I can find that recording, I'll post it on my website for you guys to tap into. But it was so good. And it was such that cool game changer, because we always think we've got to hang on to that name because, someday. Nah, no, you end up spending time on a deadbeat. And as you'll say, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. So if they're a deadbeat, then get them out of your database. So, and again, the weight that comes off the shoulders is profound. So many of you are saying, yes, cleaning out the database is phenomenal. About the newsletter and blogs, I'm glad that was your aha. The ease of using the blogs, absolutely. And if you need help, you just let me know, my friend, and I will be happy to walk you through that and get you going on that. Mavis, that would be you. There we go. Yeah, what a way to get unstuck. Absolutely. Absolutely. Clean out the database. You got it. You guys got it. All right, my friends. This has been a great session, I think. I hope that you've enjoyed it as much as I have. This will be downloaded onto my website. And again, the reason I use my website for a lot of these postings, these replays and stuff, because I want you to see what you can do to your website as well. And it's not that difficult. And if I can learn how to record a Zoom information, download it, put it on wherever I need to put it to on the YouTube, I can walk you through it as well. And we're going to be doing that. So I came up with another bird brain idea the other day. Stay tuned. I'll be letting you know about that one. I need to give it a dry run first. And if it works, I'm going to show you how you can make a house talk. Make your listing talk. All right, my friends, I'm going to let you go. Go block off the time that you need to do the tasks that you need to do. Let me know if you need me, and I will see you real soon. Don't forget your Monday morning boost call at 10:30. And put on your calendar that February 20th. We will not have our Thursday class because that is tentatively being held for a big company event. So we'll probably not have the 20th. They've updated the calendar for me, but I just want to give you a heads up ahead of time. So, okay. All right. Go be wonderful. Go be awesome. I don't care what you know. I want to know what you're doing with what you know. See you next session.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks, Lynn.
Bye.
You,
You're
Lynn.
welcome. You're welcome. It's good to see you all.
You too.